Hello gardening friends, and welcome back to Smart Garden. Today we're unlocking one of nature's most powerful secrets, a method so effective it transforms what most people toss away into the most valuable resource your garden could ask for. We're talking about creating liquid fertilizer from ordinary garden waste, and this isn't just another composting trick. This is about understanding the precise science of microbial decomposition and harnessing it to create a nutrient-packed elixir that delivers immediate, visible results. If you've ever felt frustrated watching your plants struggle despite your best efforts, or if you're tired of spending money on commercial fertilizers while hauling bags of waste to the curb, this guide will change everything about how you garden. The fundamental challenge every gardener faces is twofold soil nutrient depletion and the constant generation of organic matter that seems to have nowhere to go. Traditional composting takes months, and by the time those nutrients are available, your plants may have already missed their critical growth windows. Liquid fertilizers solve this problem by accelerating the breakdown process through targeted microbial activity, making nutrients immediately available in a form plants can absorb within hours of application. This is fundamentally different from simply steeping plant matter in water. We're creating conditions that multiply beneficial microorganisms exponentially, turning them into living factories that extract every possible nutrient molecule from organic matter. Understanding the microbial universe working in your favor is crucial to mastering this process. When you create liquid fertilizer, you're essentially cultivating billions of microscopic workers, primarily bacteria and fungi, that consume organic matter and excrete plant-available nutrients. In aerobic conditions with oxygen present, beneficial bacteria like Bacillus and Pseudomonas species rapidly multiply, breaking down proteins into nitrogen compounds while simultaneously producing growth hormones and enzymes that boost plant immunity. These aerobic microbes work fast, generating heat and activity that can transform garden waste in as little as 24 hours. The signs of their success are unmistakable. Your brew will smell earthy and pleasant, like rich forest soil after rain, and the liquid will take on a deep amber to brown coloration as nutrients are released into solution. Conversely, anaerobic fermentation operates without oxygen, creating an entirely different microbial ecosystem dominated by lactobacilli and other fermentative bacteria. This slower process produces organic acids that break down tough plant fibers over weeks rather than days, creating an incredibly concentrated fertilizer. The trade-off is time and a considerably stronger odor. Anaerobic fermentation produces compounds like butyric acid that smell pungent and somewhat unpleasant, but this doesn't indicate failure. Rather, it signals that fermentation is proceeding correctly, breaking down complex organic molecules into simpler, highly bioavailable forms. Your ingredient selection determines the quality of your final product. The ideal liquid fertilizer requires a balanced mix of nitrogen-rich greens and carbon-rich browns, though for liquid preparations, we typically emphasize greens for their rapid nutrient release. Comfrey stands as the undisputed champion of liquid fertilizer ingredients, containing exceptional levels of potassium, nitrogen, and trace minerals. Nettles follow closely, offering high nitrogen content and growth-stimulating compounds. Grass clippings provide readily available proteins, while mature weeds contribute diverse nutrients accumulated from deep soil layers. The critical rule: never include diseased plant material, as pathogens can survive the brewing process and spread when applied. Similarly, avoid seed heads from aggressive weeds unless you're certain your process will neutralize their viability. Equipment needs remain refreshingly simple. For aerobic compost tea, a 5 to 10 gallon food-grade bucket forms your base vessel. An aquarium air pump with an airstone provides essential oxygenation. This single piece of equipment, costing perhaps $20, makes the difference between a beneficial brew and a potentially harmful anaerobic mess. Dechlorinated water is non-negotiable because chlorine kills the very microbes you're trying to cultivate. Simply fill your bucket 24 hours before brewing to allow chlorine to dissipate, or collect rainwater for an even better result. A mesh bag designed for brewing purposes keeps plant material contained and makes straining effortless. Finally, a tablespoon of unsulfured molasses or fish emulsion provides readily available sugars that feed your microbial population, causing them to reproduce explosively. For aerobic compost tea, begin by roughly chopping your garden waste to increase surface area for microbial colonization. place approximately 2 to 3 pounds of material in your mesh bag and submerge it in the water-filled bucket. Add your microbial food source, then introduce the air stone and activate your pump. The continuous stream of bubbles isn't just for show, it maintains dissolved oxygen levels above 6 parts per million, the threshold needed for beneficial aerobic bacteria to dominate. Over the next 24 to 48 hours, your bucket becomes a biological reactor. The water will gradually darken as nutrients leach out and microbial populations explode into the trillions. You'll know your tea is ready when it smells earthy and pleasant, never sulfurous or rotten. Strain immediately and dilute at a 10-to-1 ratio before applying to soil or as an evening foliar spray. The anaerobic fermented method demands patience, but, honestly, it rewards you with remarkable concentration. Pack your container tightly with chopped garden waste and cover it completely with water. Seal the container to exclude oxygen. This is really critical for proper fermentation. Place it somewhere warm but out of direct sunlight, and then just wait 2 to 4 weeks while fermentation works its magic. The strong odor that develops is your indicator of progress. When bubbling ceases and the liquid turns nearly black, your concentrate is ready. Strain thoroughly and remember that this potent elixir requires dilution ratios of 20 or even 30 parts water to 1 part fertilizer. Apply exclusively to soil, never as a foliar spray, to avoid burning delicate leaf tissues. Application timing and method, well, they really determine your results. For established plants, apply diluted liquid fertilizer as a soil drench every 2 weeks during active growth. Seedlings benefit from even more diluted solutions, maybe something like 15-to-1, applied weekly to encourage robust root development. Foliar feeding with properly diluted aerobic tea provides rapid nutrient uptake through leaf stomata, which is just perfect for addressing deficiency symptoms quickly. Always apply foliar sprays in early morning or evening to prevent leaf burn from sun-heated droplets. Your garden will respond with vigor you've likely never witnessed from synthetic fertilizers alone. Leaves will darken within days as nitrogen becomes available, stems will thicken, and flowering plants will set more abundant blooms. Over time, repeated applications build soil microbial populations, improving structure, water retention, and disease resistance, benefits no chemical fertilizer can match. If you found this guide valuable, hit that subscribe button and share this video with fellow gardeners who deserve to know these secrets. Let's build a community of gardeners who understand that sustainable abundance doesn't come from stores. It comes from understanding and working with nature's own processes.